Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Richmond Raceway here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. A little bit of a late start here as our production truck having some issues with our scoring pylon here tonight, so keep that in mind here. Some of the data here tonight transmitting from our servers may be incorrect, so just a little bit of disclaimer to you all you race fans, but no worries, we're here ready to call the racing action. We will have the cameras up and live feed for all you race fans tuning into tonight. Tonight, though, it is going to be, of course, that round here tonight. It's the 7th round of the season here at the Richmond Raceway, as we're ready to go racing. Qualifying is already in the books, so let's see if we can get you down onto the starting grid here tonight and see what that will look like. Starting on the front row here tonight, driving truck 01, that'll be Richard Murdoch. To his outside, driving the Greg's Pizza number 62 of Ethan Troutman. Back into row number 2, starting into the 3rd spot, that'll be Jeffrey Souza in car number 4. And of course, the 43, look at Joe Strano, he'll start 4th. Back into the 5th starting spot here tonight. He picked up a win the other week. That'll be the number 42 of Max Terriault. Michael Trevarthen will pilot truck number 2 here tonight, starting from the 3rd row. Back into the 4th row then, starting 7th, truck number 51. It'll be DJ Anderson and Chris Hammond in truck number 6. Truck number 99, that'll be Cole Day starting back into the 9th spot, while Dalton Williamson in the 61 will start 10th. Starting back into the 11th spot, James Skelton in the 86, while Brandon Feeney in truck number 38. 2 cent single in truck number 11 will start 13th, while Joshua Buckley into the 14th starting spot here tonight. 15th will be Roy Fernandez, and back into the 16th starting spot, that'll be the number 3 of Tony Strano. 17th will be Ryan O'Donnell here tonight onto the call. And back there into the 18th spot, that'll be Jason Wells. 19th will be Philly Edwards. Craig Schwartz back into the 20th spot, while it'll be Donald Bennett in truck 31 back into the 21st spot. Dan Butler in 22nd. 23rd to Cody Sleeper. A.J. Watkins. Tim Williams, Rob Higgins, Kevin O'Brien, and Bob Higgins. That's your starting field here tonight as we're ready to go. This time, well, looks like we're going to get 2 laps here tonight. Just kidding. Like I said, some of the scoring pylons here tonight not working at the Richmond Raceway. We are working on that. We will get that up and running for you race fans here tonight. We do have 150 laps to get all that sorted out, and we will absolutely do that for you here tonight. But we're ready to go. It'll be this time by. Look at Richard Murdoch. It's been a season for Murdoch here that he would love to keep on rolling. But why is that? Well, he hasn't picked up a win yet, but he is actually sitting in one of the top point spots to point himself in to the first round of the playoffs at least. So he's looking to keep that momentum rolling here tonight. Jeffrey Souza, who's also got a front starting spot here tonight, he's a little bit deeper back into the field. Green flag is up, 150 laps of distance. Here we go. Great start by everybody up through the gearboxes here tonight. To turn 1, they will be chasing those 2 Silverados out front. Murdoch and Troutman will lead down the back straight away. Murdoch with the advantage in the Adventure in Pixel 01 entry. See if he can try to pull away. Lap number 1 will go to the 01 of Richard Murdoch. So Murdoch leading the first laps here tonight. Souza also making inside passes. Troutman snuck to the outside. The Greg's Pizza entry working the outside groove, just not working now. Now the bottom lane will open up. Will he be able to get that Greg's Pizza Chevrolet to the bottom side of the speedway? Falls from 2nd to 3rd in the first couple of opening laps here tonight. Murdoch still continuing to lead. Now here comes Max Terriault. The number 42 truck will burn down to the inside. That'll force the road rage accessories 43 and Joe Strano to the outside. Everybody behind them pretty much have single filed out here already early on in this one. Now here comes the 2 Trevarthen. Brand new paint scheme on the BK Paints number 2 of Michael Trevarthen here tonight at Richmond. A good looking Ford F-150. And, you know, boy, race fans, I said that's a good looking F-150. If I said it, it must be true because it's got the circle around the problem. And right now that problem, though, is forcing the inside. And that will push that number 43 of Joe Strano to the outside. Just can't quite clear that Chevrolet that's stuck to the outside. Now down into turn number 1, it looks like Joe Strano is going to give way. He'll fall back into line. They give Michael Trevarthen now the 5th spot running, while Joe Strano is back now into the 6th spot. That's how they're running here tonight, as everybody has gone single file except for the Ginger Ninja. That's the number 22 of Craig Schwartz, the red-headed stepchild. A couple of trucks side-by-side back behind him. That'd be Rob Higgins and Tim Williams. But Craig Schwartz trying to work up underneath the 73 here to Philly Edwards. Schwartz, one of those rookies, into the night. Oh, mistake out of turn number 2. Going to force Schwartz into the outside wall, along with Philly Edwards. Both those drivers into the outside wall. Hard contact. Both trucks are pancaked. You can see the right front now of both those Silverados are poking out. There you see the 73, the Iron Maiden entry, and there is the yellow and blue flame number 22 of Schwartz. The right side of those trucks are pancaked. The greatest part about it, as long as they did not hurt the motor here tonight, it won't matter aerodynamically. Already working lap number 8 out of the 150, and Richard Murdoch is still burning up the pace here tonight. He is our race leader. There you see him right on board with the adventure in Pixel 01 of Richard Murdoch. He is leading the way here tonight. Qualified on the front row, snatching his first pole of the season, and Murdoch showing us that he is fast. He's put a lot of time in. Ever since he's got that brand new VR headset, Murdoch has flipped the script here on Monday night, and he has become one of the premier front runners of the series. Murdoch always unloading fast, but not always having the consistent finishes that he has here as of late, and that's what puts him in the chance to clinch himself a front-running spot into the next round of the playoffs. The first round of the playoffs, I should say. Oh, a big slide that time for Murdoch. He'll wiggle-wobble down the back straightaway. Tim Williams having some backward slides here. There's Donald Bennett in the number 31. Bennett, remember, for the last 2 weeks has been in and out of the hospital with health problems. He's here once again tonight. He is making the show. He has not missed a race this season. He's back here, though, running into the 22nd position. That is Bennett and Williams running side by side. Right behind them, Dan Butler, then Rob Higgins. Cody Sleeper also there. A little sideways for that number 21, that Toyota of Dan Butler. A little sideways. Butler was telling me he saw my post just the other day as we ride on board with that number 21. Dan Butler told me that he had saw that I had the Lightning McQueen and the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Power Wheels. He said he used to have a racetrack in his backyard for his daughters. They used to race their Lightning McQueen cars and had them painted up and whatnot, and it's exactly what we're doing down here at the studio outside for the kids in the neighborhood. The problem is we can't find parts, so see if we can find some parts to keep that track going down here. But Butler will keep on going past Bennett, so move him back into the 22nd position. A.J. Watkins here in the Lightning McQueen Rusty's number 98 has had some problems here. It looks like he's back here being scored in 28th position. He's off the pace just a little bit here tonight at Richmond. And Sean Butler, one driver, did not make the call to the starting grid here tonight. He will finish 29th on the call. Smallest field that we've had this season through the races we've had. We've seen 33, 34 cars all season long. So here tonight, the 7th race of the season, we've dropped a couple of them off here. A couple of them having mechanical issues, not being able to make it to the raceway. All out front still chasing Murdoch. Souza is there. He is, I believe, just taking it easy. Watching him, it just seems like that Souza Media Stand Analyzer machine has ran down that 01, but can't truly find a way around. So he's kind of just waiting in the whim there, waiting to see if Murdoch is going to make a mistake for him to be able to go ahead and make the move. And right there, Murdoch up the track down to 1 and 2. Here comes that number 4 machine. Not going to be able to do anything with that mistake there for Souza. Souza wrapping right down around the bottom side. They're come by this time for lap number 16 in the books, and now here comes Souza. He'll show the nose of that Ford F-150 down to the bottom. That'll force the 01 of Murdoch up the speedway. That's 2 laps in a row. Murdoch has not been able to hit the bottom of 1 and 2, and you can see it's exactly what happened here is now that challenge for the race lead. It's been 16 laps out front, and will it be a lead change at the line? No, Murdoch will fight back out of turn number 4. So now, once again, we'll see if that 01, one truck around in the background. One truck going around. I believe it's the 99 of Cole Day and the 11 of Sean Single. Cole Day has some right side damage. It looks like he has pancaked that truck pretty hard. We'll see what happened here as we look back here on the replay. There's the 99 of Cole Day. It looks like maybe the 61 of Williamson into the door panel. Sean Single hitting the hooks, and he'll get a little damage, but boy, that could have been worse. Watch it right here. The 61 slides up the speedway into the quarter panel, that left rear quarter panel of the 99 of Cole Day, and that's what turns Cole Day around. Watch it here again. Boop, right there into the rear quarter panel. Just a little shot, and that's all that it takes to upset some of these trucks. And Cole Day did a really good job of hanging onto it. And actually, that right side damage that we alluded to actually coming from a previous incident. A lot of drivers down pit road here. Adding to the first caution flag of the evening here. Lap number 18, the caution flag flying. Lap 20, they all come to pit road. Battle off pit road. It'll be the 4 of Souza. The 50... That's the 51, the all-white machine of DJ Anderson. Richard Murdoch, Max Terriel, Ethan Troutman, Michael Trevarthen, Joe Strano, Chris Hammett, your top 10. 2 drivers staying out here under the caution flag, and now they will come to pit road. That is actually going to be Brandon Feeney and Kevin O'Brien. Brings his number 38 to pit road. Taking a look how they should line up double file here. It should be Jeffrey Souza, DJ Anderson, and Richard Murdoch, along with Max Terriel, is how they should look to line up here. Taking a peek at it, I believe the front runners here, the 2 front trucks, the 4 of Souza and the 51 of DJ Anderson, both putting on 2 tires. Once again, Sean Butler, the only truck that is out of this event here tonight. He did not make the call to the grid. Everybody else should stay on the lead lap. Sean Single coming out of pit road right now. I believe the 11 of Single. He will make it. He will. He will get out of pit road. Sort of like that Days of Thunder. Try to get out before the pace car. So the pace car dive in here to be 22 laps officially in the books here. 1 lead change. Call it 2 lead changes, actually. 3 different leaders. Souza will battle DJ Anderson into turn number 1. We'll see who will come out with the lead. Both drivers, remember, on 2 tires. They put 2 tires on both those trucks. We'll see if it pays big dividends here tonight, or if that is going to be, well, something that we're going to have to watch for them to hold on to. First lap back green. 1 truck having some problems around the mid-pack. I believe that is the 184. Kevin O'Brien had some problems there. The number 30 of Bob Higgins in the 20-year anniversary Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Number 30, and oh boy, hang on to her, Storm Magnet. Whew, Dan Butler, wiggle wobble back and forth. Slidey McDiety, and he keeps it tidy. Everybody doing a good job here, minding their P's and Q's. Everybody has slapped the wall a time or 2 here tonight. Had a little bit of slides, and they've kept it going pretty fairly clean here tonight. Everybody hanging on. As Dalton Williamson battled the inside of the Alienware number 64, so the 61 to the inside of the 64. Wells, that run off turn number 4, though, for the outside lane truck has just been very dominant here in the early portions of this one. We'll see if that will continue here tonight. Just behind them, how about Roy Fernandez, the new dad out there, posting, him and his wife posting pictures all the time of a brand new baby. Absolutely beautiful pictures out there. I do get a giggle sometimes of the ones they post of Roy. Roy is one of those comical drivers out there, always, you know, giving us a breath of fresh air, if you will. He takes something seriously, like his racing. DJ Anderson just got passed by Max Terry. Also, the 2 tires for DJ Anderson not working in his favor because now he's on the outside. And here comes the BK Paints number 2. Michael Trevarthen looking to go back into the top 3 here after the restart. And he will be able to do it. Richard Murdoch, remember, was the race leader at the time of caution. He has fallen back into the 5th spot now. He has not been able to move his way through the field here since going back Green Flag Racing 6 laps ago. Jeffrey Souza continuing to be the race leader here. 3rd race leader of the evening. Now you see Murdoch on the hunt here, trying to get underneath that all white out Fox, number 51. DJ Anderson. Ethan Troutman just there, kind of waiting to see who's going to go where. Right on board with him right now. You're riding on board. Checkered Flag Auto Supply. On-board camera with the number 62 of Ethan Troutman. Every truck here tonight fitted with an on-board camera, courtesy of our friends at Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Checkered Flag Auto Supply is celebrating their 20-year anniversary, and we thank them for their continued support here with the series. DJ Anderson, so they continue to battle it out here, trying to see which one of these drivers would be able to get that spot. They are battling currently back there for the 4th and 5th position. We've seen some drivers able to pull away. Now there's like 2 different distinct packs out there of racing. Your front runners right now of Souza, Terriot, and Trevarthen, and then Murdoch and Anderson pulling the 2nd group of cars. And actually, there's 3 because Tony Strano is back here in the 12th position. Oh, Rhino Donnie in the Turbo Dork Radical Paints number 98 gonna smoke that fence line. Now, how about Joshua Buckley up into the 15th spot? Buckley, brand new wheel pedal and sim rig chassis in his house. Turned a lot of laps over the last couple of weeks. He's been trying to get himself suited and ready to go here. That 13 right behind the number 46 right there behind the 69. Fernandez going to leave the bottom, open down here into 1. Is the Macho Man going to snap into a Slim Jim right here? Remember, we've seen the outside lane in turns 3 and 4 be very dominant here tonight at Richmond. See Fernandez in the Black Rifle Coffee, number 69, has been into the outside wall. And outside lane just very good down out of turn number 4. So as they continue to battle back here, Murdoch still not able to get around DJ Anderson. And now Anderson will power move back around the outside, and he'll take that 4th spot back. Here comes the Greg's Pizza entry. They're going to be 3 wide into turn number 1. 3 wide racing. It's going to be Murdoch down to the bottom. It was Anderson in the middle. And Troutman trying to go high, wide, handsome around the outside. He's got pizzas to deliver for Greg's Pizza race fans, and he will take the 4th spot. A 2 for 1 that time. Last time by, he was back running into the 6th position. Now Murdoch is back running in 6th, and he's got Chris Hammett all over the back end of him. Chris Hammett had taken his skills, his racing talents this past week. He's got his Legend machine out and went to the racetrack at the Old Dominion Speedway. Unfortunately, the weather rolled in, and he did not get to race in the feature. Qualified in the top half of the field, and here tonight trying to take what he learned this past weekend on the real track, bringing it here to the sim side of things. James Skelton, who was missing last week, though, taking a peek to the inside. Remember, Skelton is into the championship playoffs. That's because, well, he has a couple wins this season. Getting word from our production crew, the timing and scoring, race fans, you are seeing here tonight is 100% accurate now. That is the accurate scoring that you are seeing on your screen. So we thank our crew members for, well, getting that work done in a timely fashion of getting us live scoring for all the race fans that are tuning in out there tonight. We were in a little bit of a panic, worrying if we were going to have timing and scoring or not have timing and scoring for you race fans out there tuning in tonight. As now you see Murdoch has finally got around that number 51 as, Chris Hammett trying to slam that outside wall. And you can see he has been into the outside wall at least one time. Well, the older tires working for Jeffrey Souza, but they are not working for DJ Anderson. Souza out front. You can see the race lead. There he goes by the camera down the back straightaway. He leads that black number 42 of Max Terriol. Longest run of the evening here under green flag circumstances leads us to lap number 43. One truck very slow down to the inside. I believe that was Dan Butler. That was Butler in the Tiger Stripe. Number 21, Toyota, very slow down around the bottom. Something may have let go on the racing school. Number 21, we'll see if he can limp that back to pit road. He's on the apron right now, going very slow, coasting at about 22, 21, 20. That truck will give up and come to a rest, and he is able to get that to the safety of pit road. And we should stay green. We will stay green flag. Kevin O'Brien, who last week had a top 10 finish, right now he's running back into the 25th spot. He'll go a lap down. So Kevin O'Brien early on here in the first half of the race will go a lap down. Murdoch and Troutman has settled it out. Now it's Skelton and Murdoch. Here is the Cayman Boats. Hey, two of these drivers out in South Carolina, out of the Charleston area, Somerville, Charleston area. Both of them have Boats race fans. So if you're down there and you want to go out, definitely hit them up. I'm only kidding. Skelton won't let you on his boat, though. Murdoch might. Skelton, not a chance. You better be a professional fisherman to get on James Skelton's boat. See those two battling, and it should succumb to James Skelton taking that spot from Richard Murdoch. Has the preferred lane, which is down on the bottom side of the speedway, unless you're over in 3 and 4. As we talked about, that outside lane still prevailing out of turn number 3 and 4. Sean Single trying to rebound here. Remember, he was involved in the caution flag with Cole Day out of turn number 2. He had to hit the hooks and get on the binders, and still got a little damage on that number 11 for Shanika Single. Right now, Single is running into the 14th spot. He's got Roy Fernandez, and there's Ryan O'Donnell looking to make the pass on the Black Rifle Coffee entry. Two drivers out of Michigan battling, one out of Canton, Michigan, and one. Who's in the wall there? Who's in the wall? Lost the train of thought because I saw the smoke. That's going to be the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes entry. As Joshua Buckley we're talking about the night that Buckley has been having. Now Buckley fading because he's been into the wall. Maybe he has to get his bearings back. Sometimes when these drivers get into the outside wall, they can't quite get their rhythm back. As you saw, he lost the spot there. Now he's looking to lose a spot to Canton, Michigan, Ryan O'Donnell. Lansing, Michigan's Roy Fernandez right there. Then you got Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Right there, there's Brandon Feeney. So you got a slew of drivers all over. Oh, big bump! Fernandez into the back of... Whoa, hang on to her. They're still rubbing. Fernandez hard into the back there of Joshua Buckley. I don't know if Buckley checked up or if Fernandez cooked the corner. And now it looks like Fernandez is going to go high here. Might give that spot back to Joshua Buckley. A lot of respect between those two drivers. They don't usually race that way, so something definitely happened between the 13 and the 69 of Fernandez. Fernandez giving the spot back to Joshua Buckley for the time being. DJ Anderson still continuing to struggle here. Murdoch has not been able to really find a way around. Remember, Murdoch was the race leader when the pit stop started. As pit stops are coming. Here comes the number 2, Michael Trevarthen, will come to pit road. He'll be one of the first drivers to bring his machine down. It'll be lap number 53 here as the number 2 comes to pit road. First one of the race leaders anyway will come to pit road here. Will anybody else choose now to come to pit road. Remember, DJ Anderson on those older tires. Does he decide to come to pit road first? They all stay out here, so maybe an unscheduled stop is one driver against the wall. That was the 6 of Chris Hammett again. But look at Dalton Williamson. He was involved in that spin of Cole Day. And now the number 61 of Dalton Williamson has moved his way into P number 7. I believe James Skelton's coming to pit road, so he'll peel off the racetrack, and he will now come to pit road. There is the 86. So he comes in. Jeffrey Souza did lose the top spot there to Max Terriel. Pit road now, that window is open. Now Chris Hammett will come to pit road. Now you see the two race leaders working up upon the number 95 there of A.J. Watkins. Watkins just going a lap down to the race leaders. Roy Fernandez down on pit road also. Cole Day down on pit road. When do the race leaders come to pit road? I'm still shocked that DJ Anderson out there on those two tires has been able to, well, maintain his spot. Jeffrey Souza, 2 tires coming to pit road. So Souza will come down pit road here. He will go 50 to lap number 58. John Single also bringing his machine to pit road, and one truck right behind him. I believe that is Bob Higgins in the 20th anniversary checkered flag auto supply entry. So pit road, a very busy place here right now. We're still waiting on the race leaders to come to pit road. Still got about 18 trucks that have yet to make their pit stops here tonight under the green flag stint. Looks like Murdoch says now is better than never. He'll bring the Adventure in Pixel 01 to pit road, running inside the top 6. Remember, he was starting to struggle out there to try and make passes. He is the only driver right now that is down on pit road. This is one of the hardest pit roads to get to, so these drivers are going to be definitely trying to tiptoe their way to pit road, not have any mistakes. Waiting for the race leader to come. He will not come down this time. Williamson will come to pit road, and he's down there on the apron early coming to pit road, trying to make sure he does not miss it. They'll drag a couple others down pit road. There's the 43 of Joe Strano. Joshua Buckley, Rob Higgins also down on pit road currently. These drivers will have to still make at least another pit stop here tonight. They're not going to be able to make it on just the tank of fuel that they get right here. They will have to make multiple stops. Taking a look at it right now, nobody has been popped by the pit road police, which we usually see a time or two. Race leader on pit road now. There's the 42. So Max coming to pit road. Ryan O'Donnell coming to pit road. Jason Wells is leaving pit road. There you see his Alienware machine. 4 tires and fuel. 15.1 seconds is what he stayed in his pit stall at. So Anderson, who is yet to come to pit road, is your race leader. Tell the truck has no center turn in it. As right up the bank, and he went down to 3 and 4. you see DJ Anderson. He dropped back to the 9th position at one point, and now has been able to work his way back to the race lead under the green flag pit cycle. See if he can continue to hold that spot after pit road. I'm wondering when he's going to come down, because I'm looking at his lap time versus some of the other drivers' lap times. It's about a 1.5 second difference. Riding on board with Tony Strano, he's yet to come to pit road, but it looks like he will bring Victory Junction gang number 3 to pit road this time. So Strano down to pit road speed. Then that means there was 2. James Skelton looking like he may cycle through as the race leader here. But we still have Brandon Feeney and DJ Anderson. Anderson is headed to pit road right now. It was only a matter of time until he came to pit road. He will do that right now. So Brandon Feeney now, the Canadian, the Ontario driver, is currently the leader, the Liquid Molly entry. Feeney starting his own podcast. We had done a logo up for him. The Feeney Call is what he's looking to call it. Look for more information here in the next coming weeks. Can't wait to see what Feeney all does. Has a spiffy logo. Now we just got to get that thing to shine and spin and do all sorts of cool things. Uh-oh, looks like Donald Bennett in truck number 31 tuning in out there onto the live feed here tonight. Looks like his evening here is done. So still waiting on the 38 of Feeney. And why are we waiting on the 38 of Feeney? Well, Feeney pitted back on lap number 20 under the caution flag, so he's trying to stretch this tank of fuel as far as he can go. There is the second place truck. And on the lead lap, that is James Skelton. That is Jeffrey Souza. Feeney coming to pit road this time. He's down on the apron, so he'll make his pit stop now. This will be the battle for the race lead here now that everything has cycled through. Here comes Souza. Souza has 3 lap pressure tires in the stand analyzer number 4. So he will dive it down to the bottom side of the speedway, and he will now be the new race leader. James Skelton did lead at the line, but it is Jeffrey Souza now out of turn 2 as your race leader. As they run inside the top 5 here after the green flag pit cycle, it'll be Jeffrey Souza cycling through now to the race lead with James Skelton, Michael Trevarthen, Max Terrier, and Chris Hammett running inside the top 5 here. So with that being the top 5 drivers, who's outside the top 5? Well, that'll be old Richard Murdoch. He is currently sitting there into the 6th position. Ethan Trout and Greg's Pizza, number 62, is running 7th. Dalton Williamson is running into the 8th spot. 9th to be Joe Strano. There you see the Road Rage Accessories, number 43, having a really good run here tonight. Qualified inside the top 5, running currently still inside the top 10. And Jason Wells is right there. He's rounding out the top 10 drivers here currently. DJ Anderson, remember, he stayed out here. He will come out of pit road about 16.5 seconds behind the race leader. He is being scored in the 12th position. 12th here for DJ Anderson. Crazy to think that that's how far you will fall, but look at the tire difference here from him and Sean Single. It's about a 0.5 second on tires right now is the difference for DJ Anderson. Let's take a look at it this time, and yeah, about 0.7 of a second faster last time by for DJ Anderson. Brandon Feeney, remember, he also pitted late in this run. He's all the way back 19th. 1 lap down, though, to the race leaders, but he does have fresh tires, so if he can keep that thing down on the bottom side, that Auto Tire and Safeties, number 38, should be able to get his lap back at least here. Well, Sean Single fan tuning in out there. I don't think there's many of them out there in the world, but the 11 Shanika Single with his Cartoon Network Wacky Racers entry back here into the 12th position just got passed up by DJ Anderson. Sean Single was wrapped up in the first caution flag of the evening with truck number 11. So Sean Single 1 spot up from where he started here tonight, but not the night he was looking to have to try and gain some points. Battle for second. Battle for second place, Max Terriel. The storm from the north blowing in here tonight, and he will take that second position. So that'll bump James Skelton back into the third spot. Max, of course, does have fresher tires. He pitted on lap number 63. James Skelton pitted on lap number 54. So that's where the new tires come from. And remember, Souza also pitted back on 57, so that's why Souza was able to run down the 86 of Skelton and get around him. Now can Max Terrill run down Jeffrey Souza and get around that number 4 machine. There you see first coming out of turn number 2, then second and third. That's how they're running right now. First, second, and third. Souza, Terrill, Skelton, 1, 2, and 3. Tony Strano, you may have saw him right there in the picture frame. Well, he is battling with Rob Higgins. Higgins there in truck number 40, pitted on lap 60, so there's a 7-lap difference on tires. Tony Strano's truck is that much faster as he has the inside advantage. He'll roll down to the bottom side. See if Tony Strano can unlap himself. There's Ryan O'Donnell. He is currently sitting back into the 13th position. He is just ahead of the race leaders right now. He's the last truck on the lead lap. Well, I don't know if Murdoch's hungry for some pizza or if Troutman needs some photos taken. There's, oh, a little contact, tip check. The 0-1 of Murdoch was trying to get back down to the bottom side. Brandon Feeney on those brand new tires was trying to make his way through. There was some contact. Let's watch this back. Here's the 62. He's going to make the pass. And then watch Brandon Feeney. He's going to come in here. Gets down to the bottom side. Feeney holds the bottom side. He didn't move up the track. I'm not sure if Murdoch came down just a little bit there. Wasn't the best of an angle on us to watch that, but we can tell you there was contact. We can tell you Murdoch went up into the outside retaining wheel too. Max Terrill, though, is your race leader. He was able to pass the number 4, Jeffrey Souza, no contest. Taking a peek at her, we're probably sitting about another 20 laps away from some of our race leaders coming to pit road. Some of the other ones, you're probably looking at about 10 laps, maybe 15 laps away from coming to pit road here once again. Everybody has been stretched out through the field here tonight, so nobody really has any hard charging battles going on. Some lap cars mixed in with some lead lap cars. Brandon Feeney getting a little loose that time. He'll let the 62 of Troutman get back past. This is a battle actually right here between Chris Hammett and Ethan Troutman. Little contact there. Hammett into the outside wall. So Chris Hammett gets a little scrape of the outside wall. He'll lose the spot. There goes the Greg's Pizza entry. And now Ethan Troutman going to go for that 4th spot now. Down into turn number 1. They'll go side by side. Troutman will wrap the bottom side. Trevarthen just gives the spot. Doesn't want to eat the tires up more than he has to. They've only had one caution flag here tonight. Flag ever since. Biggest mover so far tonight here was just double checking the timing and scoring. I want to get that correct for the race fans out there. Again, we had timing and scoring issues here tonight at Richmond to start tonight off, and I'm being told that that is correct. So it actually is Jason Wells right now is the most positions gained. He's up 10 spots from the 18th starting spot here tonight. So Wells with a very clean truck, and it does look pretty fast. Take a look at the scoring loop as he is actually, he's about a tenth of a second faster than the truck out in front of him. That's the 61 of Dalton Williamson. Williamson, you may know the name from our short track ranks, a 3-time short track champion. on our Thursday night series. Right now, Williamson actually, he's picked up 3 spots tonight, so he's headed into the right direction. Cody Sleeper and Brandon Feeney. Feeney has the newer tires by about 20 laps. So Feeney will take the spot. And he'll take the spot from Rob Higgins. So Feeney would have to go find Tony Strano now as the next truck that he could pass. That's a little ways up the road. So a lot of your battles happening here outside the top 10 right now. Everybody else, well, I lie, because what happened to the 64 of Wells? All of a sudden, that truck got very slow into 3, and DJ Anderson was able to close bus lengths on him and get around. DJ Anderson, that driver that elected to stay out till lap number 68, so has the freshest of freshest tires. Brandon Feeney pitted on 71. Everybody else pitted on lap 65 or sooner. A lot of these drivers that he'll run up on right now pitted back on lap like 52 and 55, and we'll probably start to see pit stops come here, and here comes one. Bob Higgins coming to pit road right here. So Higgins will pull to his box, and it'll be a 4-tire stop and fuel for him. There's the race leader, about 3 seconds up right now. Jeffrey Souza back into the 2nd spot. And then he's got about almost 2.5 seconds back till you find the James Skelton entry. So Skelton was the first one of the top 3 to come to pit road. 9 lap difference on tires from James Skelton to Max Theriault. So when will the 86 come to pit road is the question. We've already seen Bob Higgins come to pit road as the first driver. Ryan O'Donoghue into the outside wall. Ryan O'Donoghue was in the outside wall, gets it gathered back up. It's not going to be the night for the driver out of Michigan. Being scored back into the 14th spot, 1 lap down right now. He is battling Tony Strano for that lucky dog position. Billy Edwards continuing to chug along here. Remember, he was wrapped up in that wreck. There's Cole Day, another truck that was wrapped up in a wreck. So a couple damaged, wounded Chevrolets back here. They're battling for the 20th and 21st position. One driver coming down pit road. You saw it there in the camera shot. That's the 45, Tim Williams, the Canadian Bacon Eater, Platinum RV and Services. Number 45 will come to pit road. You see the race leader, you see the truck that's out in front of him. That's the number 12 of Sean Single. So Sean Single may want to see if he can turn that Ford F-150 into a Ford Bronco and crush away from that 42. Wells coming to pit road right here. Wells is coming to pit road. There you see the Elliott Ware 64. He'll come to pit road. So as he comes to pit road, he will go a lap down, but we'll see where he cycles back through as one of the first leaders to come to pit road. James Skelton now to pit road a lap later with Chris Hammett, Dalton Williamson, Michael Trevartha, and Joe Strano. now everybody is coming, and they're all coming in flocks because I think they saw the tire difference on these tires between some of the fast guys out front like Max Terriel. No pit road penalties to report right now. Drivers that have yet to pit will be Max Terriel. There you see, oh, Murdoch trying to slice and dice there. What truck was that? I think that was the 61 of Dalton Williamson was coming on the track. Murdoch was trying to come off the track, and they almost made the contact. Ooh, that almost got ugly. That Murdoch truck was so out of shape down the back straightaway. I think it was every direction but backwards. So a good save by him. Max still out here. He had a good size lead, so he's able to give up a couple laps here under green flag. And if I'm doing the math right, if Max can stay out here a couple more laps, he might be able to make it to the end of this race. So he may be able to make this just on one more pit stop. If he can make it 2 more laps, he can make it the rest of the way on fuel. So I'm sure that's what he's trying to do right now, but the problem is all these trucks on newer tires getting around to the inside of them. There goes the number 2. Just a couple more laps here for Max, and he'll be able to make it the rest of the way. One driver coming in, Tony Strano. Strano looking, this could be his last pit stop. DJ Anderson, also another truck out here. Remember, he pitted on that number 68, so he will be able to pit and make his final stop of the evening, too. Strategy, strategy, strategy. DJ Anderson, along with Jeffrey Souza, are 2 drivers that will use strategy to their advantage every week, whether it works out or doesn't really at the end of the race. They always try to get off kilter, off sequence with everybody else out there. They both have the speed to go out there and win it just heads up, but they like to gamble, roll the dice, try things out of the box. Max Terriel to pit road. Oh, he almost missed it. Max Terriel had it locked up coming to pit road. Take a look here. Watch it back. Watch that black number 42. Tries to come in hot, almost misses, locks it up, and just avoids the pit road entry. Almost. Almost. Could have ended his night right there. Dominating truck. Could have been over. Now still waiting for DJ Anderson to come in. Souza has been in and out, and he will take over the race lead as you see him just go around Max Terriel. There's Max coming out of pit road. He'll lose first, second, and possibly third. He'll definitely lose the spot to Feeney here. Maybe, maybe not. False alarm. Feeney will go in the corner, and that truck that's not going to stick on the bottom. So the question being, when does DJ Anderson pit? When, oh when does he hit the window? Because you want to come at this point as soon as you can, because now you're just giving up lap time to everybody else. Last time by, it was a second difference between DJ Anderson and Jeffrey Souza in lap times. I'll take a look again here next time by. It was a 23.45 second lap for DJ Anderson last time by. Let's see at the stripe here. Is out of turn 4. Here comes Jeffrey Souza. What does Souza have laid down? A 22.5, so just about 1 second. See, up to the outside, that was the number 30 of Bob Higgins. Higgins running back into, right now, the 24 spot for the number 30 machine. As you see the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch, you're wondering what happened to Murdoch? Just a slow stop. Murdoch just had a slow stop, and it's going to put him back here into the 12th spot. Skelton battling here with Max Terriol. Max came down on 111. James came down on 103. Now, DJ Anderson brings the all-white Fox whiteout machine to pit road. His final stop of the night. Should be 4 tires and fuel for 51, but now, oh, spin! One truck down to the inside there. I believe A.J. Watkins gets it pointed, refired. And boy, A.J. Watkins going to save a caution flag here somehow, some way. Watch this back. A.J. Watkins tries to go to the outside of Cole Day. Gasses it up, and the rear tires slide out just like my son's Lightning McQueen out in the garage. No grip to the rear tires. He gets it pointed and going, and actually stays green flag. So we stay green flag racing. So Souza is the race leader, but Max Terriol is coming. You see the black 42 back there is coming. He has fresher tires. A lap down, first truck a lap down sitting right there. Brandon Feeney coming to pit road. It'll be his final time. He was hoping to see that caution flag because he was the driver that needed it, because it would have flipped the script on him. He would have had the freshest tires back on the lead lap. But now, pit road, and we'll see where he will shake things out at. All day, Kevin O'Brien just in front of the race leaders, trying to not go another lap down here for these two, as they both will actually move to the outside. They will give way to the race leaders in the gentleman's agreement to not battle with the race leaders in the closing laps. Feeney come back out. He'll be multiple laps down, being scored in the 19th position. This is a battle right here, though. Cole Day, Kevin O'Brien, they're battling for that 17th position. It's to be the first car 2 laps down. There's your race leader, Max Terriol. Jeffrey Souza is in second. You see him. And a couple seconds back. 3 seconds back. The 86 Cayman boat. Number 86 of James Skelton is running third. Kevin O'Brien coming to pit road. I believe this is a scheduled stop. They've been off sequence. So Kevin O'Brien with 25 laps to go will come to pit road. Well, Ryan, we always love those updates on your computer. We force ours to 3 a.m. 3 a.m. updates, and knock on wood, we've had some good luck with that so far. Sean Single and Richard Murdoch trying to rub 2 cents together to see if they can figure things out here between the two. They're running 11th and 12th currently on the scoring charts. Both of them a lap down, trying to be the first truck 1 lap down. Brandon Feeney is multiple laps down, and he has the fresher tires. Sean Single noticed that he was coming, and Sean Single moved to the outside. Didn't want to have anything to do with those fresh tires on the bottom side of the speedway. So everybody is settled in here, just waiting to see who the finishers will be here tonight. Under 25 laps remaining here at the Richmond Raceway. You are watching the Red Light Scrambler Series presented by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply celebrating its 20-year anniversary in business. A small family-owned and operated auto parts store in Ayer, Massachusetts has everything you need, from shocks, springs, bumpers, headlights, bulbs, and even brake pads. Everything you need to keep your car on the road. There's your second place machine, Jeffrey Souza here tonight. "20 laps to go. You see it change for us up on the scoring pylon tonight. Track temp here tonight, a cool 81 degrees, so not a lot of tire wear really. If it was up into a 100-degree temperature on the track, we would have seen these tires really start to shred here tonight. And it's only been a 3-stop race. It probably would have been a 4-stop race if we were sliding around just a little bit more. Rob Higgins coming off pit road. He made a 4th stop. Actually, he's back into the 21st position. Max still the race leader. He has a 4-second lead over Souza and a 5.7-second lead over Skelton. Closest battle inside the top 10 right now is actually the 6 of Chris Hammett and Dalton Williamson. Those drivers are battling for 6th and 7th. See Williamson right in front here is right on board with Chris Hammett. Chris Hammett actually has got a couple shirts from the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and our friends up there at the Higgins family. And he also has 2 stickers. They support Chris Hammett. Chris, of course, running down in Virginia, while the Checkered Flag Auto Supply located up in Massachusetts. But hey, all Big One racing community, no matter where you're at. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply throwing support behind Chris Hammett. Wishing him good luck this season. Chris, of course, a past champion here with Red Light Racing. Oh, one driver I thought was going to get turned. That was Roy Fernandez. Just behind him, that was Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen getting into the corner panel there. Maybe he was trying to get some of that Black Rifle coffee. That 69 machine was pointed to the inside wall. Roy hung on to it. DJ Anderson now going to close the gap from that because Michael Trevarthen lifted out of the throttle. Tried not to turn that machine. Just shows you the respect here tonight. We've seen a couple drivers get into each other, and they've either given the spot back or they've lifted out of the throttle, or we've even heard the spotters immediately going to the other one, saying that they didn't mean it, they were sorry, that they will give them the spot if they're able to get back to them. We saw DJ Anderson just drive right around Michael Trevarthen. There's about a difference of about 20 laps on those tires. So the strategies are wild here tonight. The race leader pitted back on lap 111. He's going to run this stint all the way out to the finish. And he's got about a 5.5-second gap, and it is growing. There's the 4 machine of Souza, the Stant Analyzer entry. Just going to try and limp this one back around. Souza's had a very good truck here tonight. There's your top 5 runners right now here tonight. Not quite to the finish, but we're going to be clicking into that 10 laps to go. Trucks that are out of this race that will not finish. Ryan O'Donnell with computer issues. Donald Bennett, I think, having some major issues. Dan Butler, Craig Schwartz, and Sean Butler not taking the call to the green flag here tonight. Race leader with double high fives last time by. Everybody seeing him this time. It'll be 10 laps to go. That 14 lead changes. Fastest lap of the evening was on lap number 4 by Richard Murdoch. But your race leader right now is Max Terriol. So nobody should have to make a pit stop, I'm hearing here. Might be close on a couple, but they're probably going to try and run this one all the way to the end. Chris Hammett losing a spot. DJ Anderson on those fresh tires compared to everybody else. trying to gain some spots here late. Should be able to pick off Dalton Williamson here also, and he will just slide straight to the inside, and Williamson not going to really give chase to it. But now he's got to defend because the 6 of Chris Hammett is right there also. 7 laps to go, and DJ Anderson turning the fastest laps out of everybody. Him and Max Terrell actually turning identical lap times last time by. Both them came down on 117 and 111. Where's Max? There he is, coming out of turn 2. Turn 2, and that lead is now a 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, and growing. Battle will be for second here. Skelton has run down Jeffrey Souza. Did Souza really use the tires up, or is he running out of fuel and trying to back it up here? High 5 at the line, 5 laps to go. So the battle's on for second because Max Terriel is up there all by himself, almost 8 seconds up on these two drivers. We'll see if either one of these drivers are able to hold off and defend or get around. Souza does not have a win this season, and he is actually sitting. He is the bubble truck right now, so he needs to have a good points night. So there you see with 3 to go, James Skelton trying a different line. Maybe he can get the run down the back straightaway. Here he comes. He'll look. A little bit of a block by Susan. Oh, almost a little contact. Popsicle sticks to go up this time. It'll be 2 more times around. 2 more times around here for these drivers. As it looks like Souza has the advantage for the time being. This time, though, out of turn number 4, he'll pick up the white flag. It'll be 1 lap to go here for Max Terriel. Final trip around the speedway. All Compool Collective. Now here comes that 86. James Skelton will get to the inside of Souza down in 1. Will Souza be able to battle back as now the 86 of Skelton will take over second? Souza, one final ditch effort, not going to make anything happen with it, so it'll be the 42 of Max Terriel picking up the win. Second will go to the 86 of James Skelton, Jeffrey Souza. Ethan Troutman in 4th, and Jason Wells. DJ Anderson will come across there in the 6th position. 7th will go to Dalton Williamson. Chris Hammett will come across the line in 8th. 9th to Michael Trevarthen, and how about top 10 to Joe Strano. That's how they finish off, as there is your winner here tonight. There's your top 5 finishers after 150 laps. Max Terriel picking up the big W here tonight. We'll talk to him in our Liquid Motley post-race show coming up after these messages. We'll be right back here to the Richmond Raceway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the Richmond Raceway. Race fans, after 150 laps of racing competition, we have your podium finishers standing by for our Liquid Molly post-race show. What do you say we go down there and talk to your winner here tonight and kick things off with your winner of Max Terriel. Max, you pick up the win here tonight after 150 laps. How does it feel to pick up another win here on Monday night?
Winning here feels tight. That's what this truck and this track creates, that kind of racing, and it's really about being so patient before getting back on the throttle, and for me, hugging that yellow line. And the biggest difference tonight was the offset on the pit stops. As long as it went green, I took advantage of the longer green flag runs and saving my tires. And only one caution on a short track, we'll take it any week that we race, and it makes for fun racing.
You're right, it was only one caution flag here tonight. So did that really break the strategy up? Because you've seen a lot of drivers pit early, and then a lot of drivers like yourself pit late. There was 20 lap difference from some of the drivers at the end of this race. Could you tell that out there?
Yeah, not after the first green flag pit stop, but definitely after the second one. I got passed later in my run, and then the last 40 laps. At the end, there were a couple of lap cars that were faster than me, and then it was about managing traffic at the end, laid back for a few laps to make sure that I'd stay clean. And it was different, but what made it work for most, I think the top 10 drivers, is the fact that we went green, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So it's just a matter of hoping that everyone stays on the track.
Well, you pick up another one as you stayed on track here tonight, Max. Congratulations for picking up another win here. The red carpet's going to roll out once again here this season for you as you pick up another one. Who do you got to thank back home?
Yeah, thanks, Roger. Yep, I'll thank my fiance, my friend Max, and my dad. A shout out to James for our second place. I know he came from a little far behind, and a solid second place. And Jeffrey, he's fast here, and tracks like here in Phoenix, he's always fast, so he really gave me a good battle for a couple of runs there. So good solid third place finish for him. Again, Checkered Flag Auto Supply, and we'll see you guys next week.
There you hear it. Max Terriel will pick up another win here on Monday night. So that will put him as 2 wins this season. He is definitely locked in to race in the playoffs for at least the first round. So as he's the big winner here tonight, who will finish second? Well, there it is, the driver of the 86 of James Skelton. James, you miss a week, you come back, and you have a very strong Cayman Boats entry. What was the factor here that didn't put it in victory lane, but a second place finish?
Hey, Roger. I'm just really grateful for the second place finish. I didn't get any practice all week, and then Richard and I practiced 30 minutes before the session went up, and he was considerably better than me. I really, really struggled with just being really tight through the middle of 1 and 2, and then just getting off the corner that last 10% of exit 2, just really tight. So I just went to tire saving mode pretty much the whole time, and I just think it kind of paid off. Obviously, Max was in class of his field. Souza, I think he was just really, really good on 2 tires. He can maintain really, really well. And then I was able to just run him down in there at the end and have a good little battle.
Well, you had that battle. What did you need, though? Did you need that late race yellow or something to come out? Did you have anything for Max if there was that yellow?
Oh, absolutely not. I didn't want a caution to come out. So I wasn't very good on the short run, just raw speed. So as I guess, most people wouldn't be, that grateful for a second. Obviously, we want the win. However, I just think Max was just that much better on this. If we were to get a caution on the short run, he would have had it, and then there probably would have been other cautions, and I could have got caught up into it. So I'm just glad to get the finish that I did tonight.
Well, you did great here tonight. Congratulations on a second place finish. Anybody back home that you have to thank for this one?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Richard. He definitely helped me out. Like I said, he was pretty good. He said in the practice race last night, and he gave me some tips. I think this is the third week in a row that Richard and I we've had second place. So maybe we can push through in the coming weeks. I don't think about next week. That's a short track. I know nothing about it. But thank you for Checkered Flag Auto Supply, iRacing, Sim Racer Hub, you, Roger, for everything you do with Turn 3. All the drivers. It was a really clean race. Had Camus boats on the truck tonight. That's the brand that I do all my tournaments in. Love the boat, and all the fans and everybody watching. It was a pretty clean race, and I'll see you guys next week. Good job.
Well, yep, there it is. Congratulations to James Skelton. He'll pick up that second place finish. And how about the guy that finishes third here tonight? That Stand Analyzer machine. Jeffrey, a very fast truck here tonight. It looked like it could have been a night that this machine was going to go to victory lane, but it looked at the end here, the wheels just kind of fell off.
Yeah, it definitely was taking a toll on the right front tire, and then I lost concentration a couple times off turn 2, and then off 4 with a couple to go there, and kind of put the nail in the coffin. So, but top 3, obviously best race of the season for me. So it was a good race, I think.
You talk about a good race. It's exactly what you needed, because you came in as the driver on the bubble. Now with some of the guys ahead of you, like Day and Single and Murdoch and Butler, all having some terrible finishes here tonight, this is going to put you in a great position in the last 4 races of the regular season.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. I was telling my spotter Brandon before the race, this is probably the worst season I've had since joining the league, which, you look at my stats, they're not terrible, but it's, 2 or 3 bad races in there, and you go from a top 10 point spot to 15th or whatever. So we've had I think this is 3 in a row top 10s. I think we've had speed to be top 10 probably in every race, if not being top 5, but we've had to pull some stops out the last couple weeks with 2 tires to get track position, but it's ended up working out.
So it works out, and well, if you continue to have these runs, it will work out, and you're one of those short track drivers. So what do you think about next week? We head out to, where are we going? I now just lost my train of thought. Where are we going? Do you know?
Oh, I know where we're going. We're going to Mr. Irwindale Outer.
How about that with the ARCA car?
Yeah, that's it's probably the best of both worlds for me, because one of the best cars in this league for me is that ARCA car. I think I've gotten my only win in that car at Wilkesboro a couple years ago. So, we're gonna go to a place that I've been to in a super late model. I got background there with super late model, modified everything you could possibly drive on a short track. And that ARCA car, the power that thing has, the wheel spin that thing has. We had winning speed at IRP earlier with that car this season, just never got the track position. So it's really going to be about qualifying up front and then holding that track position, because that track is all about being able to run up against that wall and hold all the momentum.
Well, we look forward to seeing you rip around the lip at Irwindale next week. So before we let you go, though, Sousa, who do you got to thank for another strong podium finish?
Yeah, I got to thank Brandon, my spotter. He does so much during these races, between keeping me calm or helping with strategy. Without him, these last few weeks would not be possible. And then everyone at Triad who helps just get me better as the driver. This week, I ran a race on Saturday night, full-length race with the Cup car, and I was doubting myself that I could ever drive Richmond again. And one of my guys jumped in the chat when we were about 15 to go, and he said, "Hey, look, I can actually drive Richmond again." So everyone over there, Stand Analyzer for being on the car, truck, whatever we drive every week, and then Sousa Media, obviously. Without them, I wouldn't, have a part-time job. And then you guys and Josh and everybody who keeps this this league going every week.
Well, there you hear it. It's the 4 of Souza finishing in the 3rd spot here tonight. So that'll be your top 3 you heard from Max Terrell, James Skelton, and now Jeffrey Souza. Ethan Troutman will round out the 4th position, while Jason Wells will rally and finish into the 5th spot. He also will pick up the biggest mover of the race. 6th will be DJ Anderson with Dalton Williamson back into the 7th spot. Chris Hammond into the 8th spot, while Michael Trevorthen is 9th, and Joe Strano will finish the last truck on the lead lap and in the 10th position. Congratulations to those drivers here tonight. Some of the other drivers, they will be looking to head out west. Maybe California will be the place for them. Next Monday night, though, we will head out to California, hear from Richmond. We'll see which one of these drivers are able to go into a little bull ring and come out victorious. But for everybody at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody with Red Light Racing, and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show here from the virtual Richmond Raceway. And until we see you in sunny California, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you at the races.